It's just a weird old season, isn't it? The West London derby, 0-0, 94 minutes. The Manchester derby, 0-0, 94 minutes. Southampton, though, relegated, losing 3-1 to Tottenham Hotspur, and they, I believe, are the fastest team ever to be relegated in the Premier League, and of course they're trying to beat they're not trying to beat, or they're trying to avoid the record of the lowest points total, of course, currently held by Derby County, and, a weird champions-elect Liverpool losing to Fulham. Nice to see one West London club get 3 points. And, in a weird way, I'm not going to talk about Chelsea. I do that on Football Therapy, the main channel. But at the moment, I fancy Chelsea to beat Liverpool more than I do Brentford, just the way things are turning completely upside down. Anyway, I want to speak a little bit about the results today, or how the league's going. So thanks for joining me. How's it going, friends? Welcome back to Football Yannick. This is my YouTube channel where I speak daily on football, international, European, broadly and predominantly Premier League. I try to skillfully evade Chelsea Football Club, which, of course, I have a channel to exclusively cover the happenings of Chelsea called Football Therapy. But Football Yannick is for everybody, so come on down. Get me through the hard times, yeah? Get me through the hard times. Join the fun. You're all welcome here to subscribe. So consider doing so. Thanks for liking the video, etc., etc. Right, let's talk about some football. I actually want to quickly I'm just seeing now, and these videos are very much the sort of short podcast format, I guess. I just saw Atletico Madrid got an away win. I'm just want to see if let's put them back in the title race. No is the short answer, because they are 7 points behind Barcelona. They are going to have that league wrapped up. So let's jump back to the Premier League. Chelsea, of course, drew 0-0 to Brentford. Fortunately for them, their Man City couldn't capitalise, and they drew away at Manchester United. I'm looking at the statistics as I speak to you. SofaScore put Andre Onana as player of the match. I personally would have, I agree, I align with Sky Sports and Gary Neville, and no, I don't think he's being biased when he gives Bruno Fernandes player of the match. I do think Bruno was excellent, and I do want to spend a little bit of time speaking about Bruno Fernandes. And it is Fernandes, not Fernandes, because he's friggin' good, man. Like obviously, as a rival fan, he sometimes it frustrates because he can be really petulant, arms up in the air. He's known for diving. He has taken a lot of stick, whatever. Sometimes about either his petulance, his diving, or his theatrics, But the truth is, he's absolute quality still, and he's really nailed his. I mean, he's stayed at Man United. He's got to be 30 now, isn't he? And I know he's won a couple of domestic cups with them, but this is a player that really probably should be playing for the highest honours. Yeah, he turned 30 in September, so this September, in a couple of months or a few months or whatever, he'll be turning 31. So kind of like the move has gone. I think they must have bought him when he was mid-20s. And obviously he had that amazing season when he scored loads and assisted loads. People have had a go at him for not being a big game player, and then him turning up in big games. He's sort of people have changed their opinions on him. But today against Man City, excuse me, hella hay fever, high pollen today. And I live out in the stick, so... I'm looking at, he made 3 key passes, 0.353 expected goals, expected assists, so very creative numbers. 75% of his dribbles he completed. 5 out of his 5 long balls he completed. He won 7 ground duels, so he gets involved even if he is often flopping all over the gaff. But the truth is, he had a magnificent game. Even these things that the stats won't tell you here, like these little deft touches, just taking the ball down, flicking it around, moving on, recycling possession, just turning the direction of the ball. Little thing that he doesn't think about just instinctively. These quality players that, Kevin De Bruyne on the other side of the pitch is certainly past his best, let's be real. but stuff that Kev used to do, and stuff like Eden Hazard used to do. These little instinctive moments, like Bruno Fernandes really is a good player, and I wonder if he'll look back on his career and feel like, I think he earns a lot of money in Manchester United, and maybe, he might genuinely have an affinity. I believe he's captain. He could be really, really important in if Amorim's given the chance, which really he should do, because it's more the problems at Man United aren't Ruben Amorim. So he could be, obviously, both Portuguese internationals, both affiliations to Sporting Club de Portugal. And then, if he could be the captain, the guy who plays for Man United until he's 33, 34, so another 3 or 4 seasons. And he's part of that turnaround when Amorim makes Man United great again. Yeah, so there's real I think there's hope there. And, Casemiro had a good game, which is something I'd never thought I'd say again after about a year ago. Yeah, playing in that double six with Ugarte. He was certainly better than Ugarte. And of course, you had the return of Mason Mount, who I do believe I've said it here before on the channel, I think he can offer Man United so much, because he's the perfect player for Bruno Amorim, Ruben Amorim, Bruno Amorim, I'm mixing them all up now. Although Ruben's nearly an anagram of that. So, Mason Mount, of course, won the Champions League playing in this formation, and when people play back threes, it's not always the same. Sometimes, like I use the example, Antonio Conte's Chelsea, that he played with wingers, do you know what I mean? Which is, not inside forwards. Tuchel very much played with inside forwards, like, Havertz and Mount, or, Mount and someone else if Havertz is up top. Whereas, and that's what's happening here, what Amorim's doing. He's using inside forwards, Fernandes and Garnacho. I wonder if really, Mount came on as one of the deeper players. I wonder if Mount should be in the front three with I know Garnacho's shown promise, and he's on moments. His stats are very bad this season, but he's an outlet. You can see he offers the attack something. But if they are going to be inside forwards and not flying wingers, I really do wonder if it should be Fernandes and Mount behind. Let's be real, a better striker. Xerxes looks like he can help the team every now and again. I mean, the fact that they started Højlund here, he's just really bad. Yeah, so I think Man United could be a good team, and I watched this game in full, so I wanted to speak about them a little bit. Yeah, and other than that, Tottenham, of course, they beat Southampton 3-1. Southampton got a 90th minute goal. Brennan Johnson got a brace. Matty's Tell got a late pen as well. Yes, so of course I want to quickly just speak about Fulham Liverpool. This is a really interesting game because in the first 37 minutes, Fulham were 3-1 up. McAllister scored the opener actually in the 14th minute, and you think, Radial, here we go, But let me just quickly show you this. Not a big blank blue screen, but this SofaScore. Look at these Salah, is he just on the beach, bro? Look at these underperforming players, all of them, man, except the midfielders, and they probably only got green ratings because they linked up. But Iwobi got a goal and an assist. Sessegnon playing as a right winger. Wow. Muniz scoring. Yeah, just real good. I mean, the players off the bench for Liverpool were way better than the ones that started. I mean, it's really weird for Liverpool because, they're gonna win the league. Let's have a look at the table here. Arsenal, they are still 11 points clear because Arsenal got a draw, so they're 11 points clear with 7 games to go. Arsenal are obviously in the Champions League, which for the next game week or two can affect their Premier League application and form and stuff. So Liverpool might just limp over the line, but is this just because they fell out of every other competition? And, the story about Trent, I don't know, but that is, they'll be really, really frustrated to lose to Fulham. Because Fulham, although they've been a success story broadly this season, they've been out of form lately. So they will feel, they'll be buzzing with that. One of my best mates is a Fulham fan, so he'll be loving life, I'm sure. Yeah, man. I mean, Chelsea got to play them as well. That's the thing with Chelsea, just quickly on my club, because we've got to play Forest, Newcastle and Fulham still, who will all be dreaming of a top 5 finish. So it's all up in the air at the moment. But yeah, Liverpool, I reckon they'll probably coast. Like the 12-point lead they had, they might win the league by 4 points. Do you know what I mean? Or 3 points. Which would just make, all that will really serve to do is just really frustrate Arsenal fans, to be honest. Like, that won't serve any purpose any more than that. It is what it is. But yeah, in short, Liverpool going off the boil. Freaking weird season. Lots of teams acting in a peculiar manner. And I do believe Manchester United will be good under Amorim if they back him and they give him the players that he needs. It's kind of all around him and above him, but I don't know. But yeah, it's interesting. Let me know your thoughts. Please do comment down below. As always, I'll thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for liking and subscribing. It's going to be a journey here on this channel, Football Yannick. I'm going to grow it with you guys. So I'm so happy to have you as a part of it, should you want to subscribe. All right, mate. Have a nice evening, morning, afternoon. Really depends on when you're watching this. It's time for me to end this video. Peace.